Yo, what's going on? Mike from Mike Talk Sports. Everybody today knows Darvin Ham to be the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, but very little people know about his playing days. So in today's video, we're going to look back at Darvin Ham in order to answer the question, how good was Darvin Ham as an NBA player actually? So Darvin Ham went to Texas Tech from 1993 to 1996, where in 1996 he ended up winning the NCAA dunk contest. Not only that, but in the tournament that year, he shattered the backboard on a dunk, really making him a household name for college basketball in 1996. He was a senior and a full-time starter on a phenomenal Texas Tech team that ended up going 28-1 that season and ended up appearing in the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament, where they lost to the 4-seed Georgetown. On this Texas Tech team, Darvin Ham was about the fourth best player on the team, but he really was that glue guy at the power forward position. He averaged 9 points per game on 58% from the field with 5.7 rebounds per game in 23 minutes per game. Again, he did start every single game this year for Texas Tech, but it was not enough to get drafted, as the 1996 NBA draft is one of the most stacked in NBA history, with all-time legends such as Kobe Bryant coming out of this draft. So again, he ended up going undrafted. Right away, he was picked up by Denver at the beginning of his rookie season and spent the majority of his rookie season with Denver, but they ended up waiving him as he really did not get a lot of minutes in the rotation. He ended up signing with Indiana, and he spent the rest of his rookie season with the Pacers. The following NBA season, he ended up signing with Washington, where he really did not stick either. So in his third year, what was supposed to be the third year of his NBA career, he actually ended up going to Spain, played international ball, and in international ball, he actually looked really good. Of course, this was the most successful year of his professional career, as he actually got a significant amount of playing time in Spain and ended up averaging 12 points per game and 7 rebounds per game, which ended up being good enough to get him a nice NBA contract with the Milwaukee Bucks. And contrary to popular belief, the Milwaukee Bucks is really the most significant years of Darvin Ham's career, as he spent the next 3 years of his NBA career on the Milwaukee Bucks. He really was at his best on the Bucks, not the Pistons, again, contrary to popular belief. And again, this really was the time period in his career where he got by far the most amount of significant playing time, as from 1999 to 2002, he averaged 19 minutes per game on the Bucks, 4.4 points per game, and 3.7 rebounds per game. After this 3-year stint with the Milwaukee Bucks, he ended up finishing his career with Atlanta and Detroit for the last 2 years of his career. His career averages are 2.7 points per game, 2.3 rebounds per game, and 12.4 minutes per game. Some of his career highs: 14 points is his career high in the NBA, and 13 rebounds is his career high. So Darvin Ham was basically a fringe NBA player every single year of his NBA career, except on the Milwaukee Bucks. Where on the Milwaukee Bucks, I like to call Darvin Ham a very watered down Walmart version of Charles Barkley. Obviously, he was a little bit taller than Charles Barkley. He was a little bit skinnier than Charles Barkley, had nowhere near that tenacity or play strength. But Darvin Ham more or less was a rim runner. He was a dunker. He had somewhat of a good inside game, but he wasn't someone who's going to kill you with a mid-range jump shot or a three-point jump shot whatsoever. He was a guy who was okay defensively, but he was a bit small for the bruising era of the late 90s and early 2000s. He somewhat got pushed around on defense. In fact, it was very hard for me to find any defensive or offensive highlights. I'm more so going off of articles that I have read. Darvin Ham seemed as though he was a very good locker room guy. He was a very good teammate, and in a pinch, he can come in, get some rebounds, and get some nice dunks. To answer the question of the video, how good was Darvin Ham actually? Of course, he was good enough to hang around for a good amount of time as an undrafted NBA player coming into the NBA, which is a rather rare thing to play almost 10 years in the NBA as an undrafted player. Darvin Ham was more or less like late career Udonis Haslem plus a little bit of athleticism, if that makes sense. Hopefully for Darvin Ham, his coaching career ends up being more notable than his NBA career, and he's already well on his way doing so as the Los Angeles Lakers shocked the world and ended up being in the Final Four of the NBA playoffs last year. Thanks for listening, guys. Let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on Darvin Ham in his playing career? And I apologize for the lack of film. Very hard to find Darvin Ham film from his playing days. If you listen till the end of this video, I really appreciate it. Smack that like and hit the subscribe.